In terms of Chelsea, I wanted to touch on Chelsea for a moment because they're not having a great time at the moment. 1 win in 7. Why are you laughing?
My favorite topic. Let's go. Hey.
But also,
I want to start. Terry, don't even introduce it. Please let me talk. Please, just let
okay,
me talk.
I'll come back to. I want to introduce this because Mo said something earlier about why would players not pick Chelsea. The one thing I would throw out is this: Chelsea were in a title race 7 games ago, and didn't we all say this? No, didn't we all say this in November? We all agreed with this. If they're in a title race come the transfer window, they'll go out and do what's necessary to try and win it. They'll buy the goalie, they'll buy the striker. They're trying to get Garnacho. So for me, if you want a reason why a player like Tell might turn Chelsea down, well, you can say they're in a better position. They are than Man United right now. But what you've got actual evidence of is when they get close to being in a title race, instead of buying the ready-made players to get you over the line now, which they need, they want to go and buy a struggling Garnacho. So for me, that's the reason. But look, they're not looking like they're doing much business in the transfer window. They've 1 win in 7. They're struggling. Talk to me, Hassam.
First of all, the United segment is now done, but I have to say, Hussam being the most logical one on Man United, big up, Hussam, football analyst. You get me, big up to me. Now, when it comes to Chelsea, I want to say this. Guys, this is all Poch's fault. Get Poch out, Chelsea Football Club now. Get him out the club. Oh, shit, he's actually the manager of the United States team. Guys, Chelsea have 1 win in 7. Chelsea have 1 win in 7. And yesterday, I pulled up the teams that they dropped points against because it's very important for us to address this. Because don't act like they dropped points to City all the time. It was City and Bournemouth and Crystal Palace and Ipswich and Fulham and Everton. And ever since that Everton game, shit has been downhill for Chelsea Football Club. And Chelsea fans have got together and they've decided that this is all Sanchez's fault. And I realized something, and Mo pointed this out. I'm going to give Mo credit. The reason why Lewis and Don and
big up Lewis.
Yeah, big up Lewis, of course. The reason why they can't turn on Maresca is because Hussam exists. Because I did their head in so bad last season with the Poch conversations. They are gonna wait until this Maresca situation is untenable to turn. I think even if Chelsea were like in 9th, Don and Lewis aren't going to say anything because they were so hard on Pochettino that they know that they have to be the last one to turn. It reminds me of Troops. Troops was so like vehemently Wenger out, right? And he waited. He was the last one to turn on Emery. He was the last one out of all the crew at AFTV to turn on Emery. And they're the same thing. And they're doing the same thing right now. You see this Lewis and Don. They can fool everyone. They can't fool me. I know deep down they know what they're saying. What they're seeing ain't right. And you can say Sanchez. Yes, Robert Sanchez was at fault. Second goal. I blame him completely. There's no need for him to be there. So, okay. Sanchez has made mistakes. But at the same time, Sanchez has also saved Chelsea a couple of times. Evan Nielsen penalty away at Bournemouth. He saved you at home to Nottingham Forest. That Nico Williams save was unbelievable. He's had very good moments, but he has cost Chelsea points 100%. I'll never deny that. Now, let's talk Chelsea on the football pitch. Let's talk the 11 players. Let's talk what we're actually watching. First of all, I'm feeling so cold. Feeling so cold right now. I'm going to go get a blanket. What happened? What happened? Let's talk about best player in the Premier League. Ice cold Cole Palmer looks at Ederson straight in the face and then overhits a pass to Nicholas Jackson, who's also 0 goals in 7. He's went 7 games without a goal. I fell into the trap and I said Jackson has been better than Haaland this season. I'd like to publicly apologize to all the City fans. I'm never going to put Jackson and Haaland in the same category ever again. I'm sorry. Haaland was just going through a bad run and I fell for it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to you City fans listening. It's my bad. I'm never going to mention them in the same thing. Cole Palmer, flat track bully. He's been failing to bully even the smaller teams anymore. Palmer was nowhere to be found against Fulham and nowhere to be found against Everton and nowhere to be found in those important games. Cole Palmer gave the ball away for the Crystal Palace equalizer. But, this is Sanchez's fault. Get Sanchez out my club. Sanchez. Bah, 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 bah. Talk about your players under-delivering. Caicedo's even having a couple of bad games right now. Chelsea's best midfielder, you want to know who over the last 7 games? Enzo Fernandez. Whole face Enzo has actually been Chelsea's best midfielder in this bad run where they're going through a really tough time. It's been Enzo. That's been their best midfielder. And you look at Chelsea right now, and Chelsea are 1 win in 7. And before I already told Terry before stream, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break to just go pray and come back. I'm gonna present the Chelsea fans the scenario from hell, because I like to always bring you down. I'm gonna present you the scenario from hell. Monday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. You know who pulls up to Stamford Bridge? Graham Potter and West Ham. Don't you dare go 1-8 if you do not beat Graham Potter's West Ham at the Bridge on Monday night. I expect the Chelsea channels to be so toxic and so negative. I am gonna have my popcorn ready. I am gonna go watch and I'm gonna enjoy that shit. I'll be so honest with you. If you lose that game, hell. And I only ask Chelsea fans to, and I'll just end on this. I only ask Chelsea fans to just keep the energy consistent. If you want to blame Poch last season, come back this season and blame Maresca for where we're at. Because guess what? You want to know who's above you right now? City, who've had 1 win in 15, or 1 win in 13, I think it was 1 win in 13, and Nottingham Forest. And at the start of the season, if I told Lewis or Don or Ziad or any of the Chelsea fans I know, hey, guess what? Forest are better than you and they're going to finish above you, they would all laughed in my face and they would have said that I have an agenda against Chelsea and that I'm a hater and I'm doing this because Caicedo rejected us. So let's not act like it's okay for Nuno Santo to finish above Enzo Maresca in this first season. Call out your manager's tactics. For the first 10 minutes away at the Etihad, you dominated. Good spell of possession, everything. And then Pep switched it up. And as soon as Pep switched it up, and as soon as, you just got outclassed for the other 75 minutes. And this is the reality of the situation. So don't just talk to him about Sanchez. Talk about your whole team. Talk about Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer has been...
So can you land your point now so we can argue when you go pray? Can you land your point? So what is your point about Chelsea? I'm being serious.
My point about Chelsea is the following.
Is what? Yes.
The target at the start of the season was top 4 and Conference League.
Do you think they're going to make it then? So we can argue this.
To begin with, okay?
Do you think, forget your agenda, Hassan.
If they don't get top 4, if they don't get top 4 and they don't win the Conference League, I think heads will turn on.
Do you think they're going to get top 4 then? Because I want to argue, you're going to go pray, so we want to argue this point. Do you think Chelsea can turn it around? No, we're gonna debate this point.
You've been fighting as well from the start of the stream.
Yeah, Habibi, I'm not. You waffled a lot, Hassan. You spoke.
Why do you hate?
I'm being serious. Hassan, I'm being serious, by the way. Do you think Chelsea are gonna turn it around with Enzo Maresca? That is the main thing.
I cannot.
So you want a lot, and at the end you're gonna. I don't know.
You want me to give certain. You want me to give certain answers on an inconsistent team.
And answer the question. Don't be angry.
Give us your gut. What's your gut? You must have a gut feeling. You must, Hussam. You must have a.
Go back to what they did.
Yeah, but that's no. I don't want to if buts or maybes for on this one. I want a gut on this one, right? I want a gut. What is your gut feeling?
Doing this.
What does your gut feeling, football knowledge, tell you? Are they going to turn it around, or do you think they'll keep failing? What is your gut?
I want the best analyst on YouTube. Tell us the best analyst can learn from you.
Can I answer the question?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Don't be ratted. Calm down. Maybe I'm calm. I'm
not a Milan fan. I'm not a Juventus fan.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so when it comes to the question that Terry asked me, gut feeling, I think Chelsea finish outside the top 4. I think Chelsea finished 5th. I think Chelsea finished 5th or 6th, but they will win the Conference League. So that's the thing that I think they will use. Like, oh, we won the Conference League. Anyway.